इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस के कई किस्से मॉडल हैं, राइट फ्रॉम मंगल पांडे's fearless rebellion to करतार सिंह सराभा's unflinching martyrdom to नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस tireless efforts. But I feel कि जो सबसे ज्यादा लोगों की इमोशंस को ट्रिगर करता है is the selfless and unwavering determination of the tallest revolutionary as he embracingly walked towards the gallows while singing मेरा रंग दे बसंती चोला. The video here is blended with some spoiler-rich content, so be warned. Rang De Basanti, an epic prose that captures the very voice and the spirit of our worshipped revolutionaries, a vibrant tonic that captures the electrifying heartbeat of a rebellious rhythm, an uncanny phenomena that played out the transformative potential of India's youth, a revered jewel that sits right alongside the peaks of those unprecedented pinnacles. Rang De Basanti is a 2006 film that is directed by Rakeysh Omprakash Mehra, when the movie is a definitive piece of modern Indian cinema that shifted the national discourse on patriotism and youth activism. The film opens up on a note of a deep and intense narration when the strong and rich voice of Aamir Khan seems to be directly addressing the content conscious of his gracing audience, from where the scene shifts on to the engrossing eyes of one of the celebrated champions of the Indian independence movement, from where it briefly yet quite impactfully takes us through the highly desolated will of those valiant individuals before it rests onto the cage threshold of a deeply engrossed and a lion-hearted leader who in his very last moments is going through the memoirs of one of his ideals. Now, the film that released all the way back in 2006, when the film underwent several title changes, starring as Ahuti, then the Young Guns of India, before finally settling on Rang De Basanti. The director of the film, Rakeysh Omprakash Mehra, took 7 years to research and develop the story, with the first draft dating back to 1997 to 1998. The original climax had the protagonists on the run. This was later rewritten to mirror the last stand of the freedom fighters. There were initial plans to release an English version titled Painted Yellow, but the idea was eventually scrapped. Aamir initially felt he was too old to play 25-year-old DJ. He eventually accepted and lost 10 kg to fit the role. The role of Karan, played by Siddharth, was offered to Hrithik Roshan, Farhan Akhtar and Shahid Kapoor. Shah Rukh Khan was reportedly approached for the role of Ajay Rathod, eventually played by R. Madhavan. The role of the British jailer was reportedly offered to Daniel Craig before he became the next 007 agent, succeeding Pierce Brosnan as the new James Bond. The film went on to mark the Bollywood debut of Siddharth and British actress Alice Patton. Now, I feel that there are many scenes that stand out in the film, right from the incredibly crafted farewell of the victorious trio to the exuberant and carefree drunkenness of the jovial and unbothered subjects to the significant discussion of an unaddressed pithole that the country finds itself in, which is masterfully mashed up with a sprinkle of humor and concern. But the one that obviously stands the tallest for me is the exquisite epilogue of this terrific tale, as the restless and the aimlessly wandering individuals revive and redeem themselves through a striking sacrifice that rings in the very hearts and minds of a widely diverse and a culturally rich country, when the final moments of DJ and Karan remarkably resonates with the undeterring drive of Sardar Bhagat Singh Ji and Shri Chandrasekhar Azad. Other than these eternally etched moments, the other lustrous element that made this marvelous film immortal was in fact the flawless melodies of A.R. Rahman, when he perfectly and path-breakingly blended out the brash behavior of these tactless rebels to the quite jaw-dropping and resilient score of Sarfaroshi Ki Tamanna, when it also takes us to the positively channeled vibrancy of both the past and the present eras. The compellingly colorful chords of Khalbali fabulously plays out the converging paves of two polar opposite timelines, when if the past had found its purpose through the unbearable witnessing of a preposterous brutality, the ongoing counterparts achieve it through the course of a high-purpose collaboration to canvas out the courageousness of the pre-independent heroes. The diligent toe of the director and Rahman also quite tear-jerkingly renders out the pitch-perfect etching of these patriotic mites who now proudly sit alongside the long-lasting legends of those impeccable individuals who quite blessedly graced our motherland and rewrote its voluminous tale, while smilingly sitting on the self-consuming yet a purposely lighted pyre of dissolution for change. Lyricist Prasoon Joshi wrote the iconic song Luka Chuppi after a discussion with A.R. Rahman about a mother's grief. He was moved to tears while Lata Mangeshkar recorded it. The film was India's official entry for the 2007 Oscars and received a BAFTA nomination for Best Foreign Language Film. Now, the film that was released on 26 January 2006 completed its 20 years in 2026 when its clear-cut and precise message of rising to the need of the hour without waiting for someone else to take on the baton, when it rightfully mocks an unacceptable stream of resorting to an unattended and easy escape whilst leaving the rote of the fundamental repair on someone else's shoulder, when its central theme still reverberates in the hopeful and the optimistic spirits of its widespread citizenry. The change that was dreamed without any desire for an acclaim. Hey guys, if you like my video, you can click on the like and share button, and you can also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss upon these types of videos. Let's come together and celebrate the magic of movies.